Welcome to Love Life After, where we embark on the beautiful journey of love, life, and resilience. I am Christelle, your host and friend on this exploration. Whether you're joining us for the first time or you're a cherished member of our family, thank you for being here. On this podcast, we'll share personal tales of triumph, heartache, and the incredible transformation that unfold after every challenge. So grab your favorite glass of wine, cup of tea, or coffee and find a cozy spot and let's dive into this magic of love, life, and everything that happens after the obstacle. And remember, your story is our inspiration, and together we'll navigate this journey ahead.
Baby, you're my coat. She got me feeling like a dope fiend. I'm addicted to a black queen, a black queen. Baby, you're my coat. She got me feeling like a dope fiend. I'm addicted to a black queen, a black queen.
Crystal Clear Services LLC offers various services for your home needs. Services include and are not limited to handyman services, fences, decks, HVAC, electrical, plumbing, painting, power washing, cleaning, roofing, siding, flooring, and all your home improvement needs. Make sure you visit HireCrystalClear.com and request a free quote today.
On Love Life After, we talk about love, life, and whatever happened after any obstacle you are or went through in your life. And joining me today is my brother, Joey, and I'm going to go ahead and let him introduce himself.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jody, also known as Jody with a Jeep or Jody Zaza. I'm a father, husband, singer, songwriter. I do cooking. I work out 5 times a week.
Jeez.
Yes, you got to stay healthy.
Yeah.
I'm very, very picky on, when it comes to my health. I guess you could say I'm a fake pescatarian because every now and again I eat a little rich meat. I have to have a lamb chop every now and again.
I like the fake pescatarian.
yeah, just fake pescatarian. I'm a Baltimore native, born and bred. 36. I'm a Leo. My moon is in Aquarius, and I'm rising in Aries. And yeah, and I'm just, I guess, I'm just me, authentically and comfortably.
That's a good introduction. I'm trying to get into the moon, and I think we talked about that, right? With the
Yes.
astronomy. I'm trying to get into it, so I can't wait till I learn more about it as we go. And I think you probably can help me with that too.
Do you know your moon?
Not in my head. I do know. Hold on. I could tell you right now. I don't know. I honestly don't know what they mean, but I'm learning. So my moon. Hold on. Let me tell you what it is.
I thought it was a Leo.
Huh? So my moon is in a Leo.
Yeah.
So I mean I don't know what that means, but I'm trying to learn. It's kind of crazy. It scares me a little bit.
I could rip when you said yours was a Leo. I knew it because I was like, Christelle does not hold back. She's very, very honest.
I've been told to kind of tone it down a little bit, but I'm very. If you talk to when you talk to Belinda next week or next time you on here, she'll tell you about me because I mean you've been around me, so and I don't know how to hold back. I just kind of like speak my mind, but I'm learning. Okay, I'm learning to just tone it down a little bit. Like if you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. But I'm very blunt. I'm very very blunt. But I won't. I don't think I'm ever gonna change that about me though.
Yeah. Plus you have that. You're Scorpio too.
Yes. So I'm right on the cusp of Scorp and Sag. My birthday's on the 22nd. So which stars at Sagittarius. But I mean, I don't know. I've seen Leo, Cancer. My ascendant is in Cancer. My Mercury is Scorpio. Yeah. I'm gonna look into it next time and read all of it to you.
Yes, because we're going to dive a little deeper, and I'm going to bring all my papers with me.
Yes, I'm excited. But Joey, I'm so glad you're here because people have been asking us to that they want to hear more from men. They want to hear, their opinion and things because we talk about love, life, and things that happen after, we've been through certain things in our life and how to move on from those things, right? I want to go ahead and dive right into. So tell me how you show your self love. So as women, right, we talk about self care and self love a lot, but you don't really hear a lot of men talk about self care and self love. But I'm sure they do have things that they do for themselves, right? So what?
Mm-hmm.
How do you show your self love?
It's a list because it's like it was very difficult for me to love myself. So once I started noticing how important self love is and self care, I really started taking out the time to branch out and do different things.
Okay.
So I'll literally every 2 weeks I'll go and get a manicure.
Really?
Because
Nice.
I've always learned that you could tell a lot about a person by looking at their hand.
Okay.
So if you see my hands and I'm telling you that I'm cooking, you won't sit up here and be like, no, I'm good. You'll probably be like, oh, okay, yeah, what you cooking?
Right.
That, and then sometimes with me, self-care, I like to have I like to call them ponderosas with my cousin.
Okay.
We'll sit down and we'll have, Prosecco, and then sometimes they'll turn into shots of añejo tequila.
Okay. Ooh, I can't stand tequila.
You can't look.
Yeah. Girl, I'm a brown girl. I'd rather do brown. I feel better with brown. Tequila give me headache.
It depends upon the tequila because I've recently just had a tequila that was organic.
Okay.
And we tore that bottle down, and then I was able to wake up this morning and be a dad. And I didn't have a hangover, but I was still drunk.
Really? Oh my gosh.
But I'm much better now because I done had, a half a gallon of water, so
that's good.
I'm good.
Water helps it down. I don't know. There's just something about tequila that gives me headache. I hate the taste. And then once I figure out it gives me headache, I was like, nah, I'm good. Y'all can have it. Y'all good.
Yeah, I had to stop drinking brown because it made me aggressive.
Really?
Yeah, I would literally turn into a whole nother person. Like,
okay.
It would just be like, just real aggression, just to the point where it's like, what are you looking at? And I'm even driving aggressive and stuff like that. Ooh. So it's just more like, you gotta calm down with the the dark, the brown. So once I just started switching to tequila, I kind of found my balance.
Oh, okay. I didn't know tequila. I mean, I guess it's different with everybody, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone has their own preference as to what they like and what works and don't work for them.
Yeah, so it's all a part of life.
Part of life. Sorry, I know we kind of got off topic a little bit, but okay. So another thing I want to ask you, because we like to know, us as women, we like to know, because we don't hear y'all talk about yourself a lot, but I feel like us women, we talk about that a lot. So what would be your ideal self-care routine? I know you say you get yourself pedicure, right? Manicure. You said because of the hand. I'm sorry. You said manicure. So you give yourself manicure. So when did that start? Has that been something you've always done, or is something that you started recently?
It's something I started recently.
Okay.
I work with my hands a lot.
Okay.
I manage, autometers in downtown Baltimore. So it's a lot of installation and tools and stuff like that. So one thing about me is that my mind is always racing. I never just can be calm. Mm-hmm. So when I actually go to get a manicure, it's very quiet in there. just very, just a lot of tranquility in there. And I have to sit there for about 30 minutes. Sometimes when my nail lady, she's doing my nails, she'll have to smack my hand and tell me to calm down and relax because I'll be so just edgy.
Really?
So to just be calm.
Okay.
And that's it. I love it. And I could feel myself when I get to the point where I'm like, yeah, I need to go see Mimi right now.
That's cute. I like that she tells you that you need to calm down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, don't it make you feel good though to just take care of yourself and be in your own presence and just relax and enjoy the moment?
Yes, that goes. It's like it goes hand in hand also with my workout routine because I also learned that working out, releasing those endorphins and a lot of that stress that I have on me, it helps. Okay. Helps me think clearer. I'm more calmer. I can communicate a little bit better. So it's just everything just goes hand in hand.
Okay. So do you feel more, because I was going to ask you a question about stress, but you kind of already kind of answered it. So you feel, which area of your life do you feel more stress?
Oh, just the whole thing, life. Life period. It's stressful.
For me, I would say life too, but I think it's people that stress me. When I'm in, my own space, I feel okay, but I think it's people that stresses me. But in my own, I don't feel stress, or unless it's something, depending on what's going on, but it's mainly from people or other things, but not necessarily from myself. Does that make sense?
No, I get it. Because you have to deal with every day.
Right. But yeah, my job I don't ever feel stressed at work though.
Okay.
So yeah.
I feel stressed at work because it's I have to go downtown to deal with all the people, and it can be really stressing when people don't read. The meter clearly
reading
states
is fundamental. Right.
It is, but don't care. They will never do it. And then it's just some of the things that the people say, and I have to literally be like, you know what? What are you getting so upset for? They're the ones who's doing the dumb shit. It's not you. You know what to do.
Speaking of the dumb, speaking of what you just say, so, our cousin Gio, right? He had a birthday about a couple weeks ago, and we got invited. So I went downtown. Clearly, I did not read the sign. Okay, I didn't see the sign, and I parked there. When I came back, I got a ticket. And I was like, I did not see no sign. I didn't see it. And then Carmela told me the sign is right there. You should have read it. I was like, wow. But yeah, that was me not reading and paying attention. So it's good to pay attention, y'all. Make sure you pay attention to things and read.
And take your time. It's okay.
Take your time. Yeah.
Take your time.
Yeah, I'm bad at that. I can't lie.
It's definitely a process.
That's all I can say.
Because again, like I told you, I don't have patience either, but I'm learning to now have patience. Okay. It helps.
That's good. Okay, so how do you show? What is one thing as a man you do to show your family love?
Oh, me being a Leo, I am a control freak.
Okay. I could see that.
I could be a little bossy, and I like things a certain way. Okay. So I basically sometimes get to the point where I just do everything. So I'll cook, I'll clean, I'll make sure that the bills is paid. Okay. So being head of household. So that's what I do. But then sometimes I have to understand that I'm dealing with females because I have my wife and I have my daughter. So communication is a big thing. So I have to listen to my wife. I have to have patience talking, and I can't talk in circles, and I have to be understanding, putting the other shoe on the other foot, because if not, then we'll be at war, at odds.
Right.
And my wife is a Gemini and I'm a Leo, so that's a that's a recipe for disaster. So if we don't handle things right, it can be drastic.
Yeah. I love that you consider their feelings. And then but communication is key to any relationship. And a lot of people miss that, like a lot of people, it's the smallest thing, to communicate. I learned that a lot. But it's very, very detrimental to our mental health as well. Because if we don't communicate, then we start thinking about other things we're not really voicing to our partner or to our family members, and it tend to like take a toll, which causes stress too for us, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's very. And when you hold things in, like if you are upset, like I know for me, if I'm a little upset with my wife, I refuse to keep it in. I feel it's better to express it to her, in a nice way. Like, yeah, I'm a little upset, a little irritated by, what you did. Because if I sit here and hold it in, then it's tension, and then I'm holding it in, then I'm getting stressed out, then that's on my back, and then we not get nowhere.
Right, right.
So we have finally gotten to the point where she feels comfortable to talk to me about things. I feel comfortable to talk about things, and we go into the conversation with the mindset of, this is not my enemy.
Right. I love
this
that.
My partner, my teammate.
Right.
She's not out to hurt me.
Right.
And I'm not out to hurt her. So all that negative things, hitting below the belt, going low, and then going to hell, and all of that, it's not worth it.
Right.
Because then we're gonna get inside the bed together and sleep.
Right. Right.
Right. We're gonna sit and get inside the bed together and sleep, and then it could be a possibility. If I really felt like you was my enemy, I would not be laying down with you.
Right.
Because if you're gonna stab me right in my damn bed, the minute I sit up here, adjust myself in the fucking bed.
It's because we be in our feelings. I think that's what it is. We be in our feelings, and what's the word? I don't want to say selfish, but pride. Our pride like tend to take control over that part where we could just be open and communicate, but because of pride, we try to like keep things to ourselves. Stress will kill you.
Yes, it will, and I refuse to. I want to be 60 and still fine as ever.
Just 60? I'm talking about 70, 80. Like, I'm trying to be 80 and still walking in head held high and everything.
Exactly. I want to have mink fur coats at 85.
I know that's right. I can't wait. I can't wait to get there. I know we kind of talked about life a little bit into this, but in your opinion, right? So this is just because I know you're coming back. These questions are just kind of like to get to know you before we kind of, our next episode, we could kind of dive into, getting to know more about you, right? So, in your opinion, why do you think some men don't take care of themselves?
To be honest with you, I never understood men not taking care of themselves, because that also, involves, going to the dentist and going to the doctor and stuff like that. It could be that they don't feel like it's needed. It could also be deep-rooted insecurity, maybe. Because, I know certain men won't wear certain colors, but it shouldn't even matter. If it looks good on you, then it should, I know a lot of men, they may sit up here and say, well, I will never get my nails done. Well, what are you doing then? Like, because, sometimes you can't just sit up here and just go off a haircut alone.
Right. Getting massages, I encourage my husband to go get his nails done, get massage, get a pedicure, because it helps. If it helped me, I know it'll help him too. But I do think society is what makes it not okay for men to do that. but it's okay for you to take care of yourself for your
It's
well-being.
it's funny that you said it because that's very true. Because society plays a big role, especially in Black men, for them not to be comfortable to do certain things.
Mm-hmm.
And what Black men also have to understand is that you can't live up to somebody else's expectation.
Nope.
Because if you do, you're going to be miserable. Because is anybody living up to yours? No,
Nope.
you need to live within your expectation on what you want to do, what makes you feel good.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you are down, who's around to help pick you up?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
So, and was it? I recently just had a conversation with my dad, and I came to him and I said, you know, if I ever lost you, it would really hurt me. And I said, thing I refuse to sit up here and do is have any regrets. My shoulda, coulda, wouldas. That would literally burn me up in my 40s to have shoulda, coulda, wouldas. So I said, from this point forward, we're going to start hugging. Me and my father have never hugged. And I am 34, and we just started hugging.
Wow. I love that. Like you've been around us, like where, I mean, I talked about this and a lot of people that listen before, they probably already know, but I talked about how growing up we didn't like do hugs and things like that, like, but now it kind of like hurt my relationship with my husband because I was not very affectionate because we didn't hug. But that's something now that I try to implement with it within my kids too as well. Like I try to like give them hugs to make sure and show them that they were loved because as little as just a hug, it can help, our mental health a lot. I love that you said that y'all just started hugging.
It makes him laugh now. When I asked him, I said, we never hug. Why? And his excuse was, it was just the man thing. And I was like, well,
what's the man thing? Right.
Like, yeah, what is it?
Yeah,
Like,
I
I'm
get
your
it.
son.
Yeah.
Like, I'm your baby boy.
Right.
Like,
right.
And my father lost. He doesn't have his mother nor his father now. And I look back to the times where I had conversations with my grandmother, but I never really had them as frequent as I wanted them to. And now I'm sitting up here like, damn, I really miss her, and I really need to have that conversation. So I said, I'm never going to miss out on any more chances anymore. If I want to do something, I'm going to do it.
Right, right. I like that. Isn't it sad, kind of like how sometimes it takes something to happen for us to get there, to feel that love that we learn, like we want to feel so bad, but because of things that happen, what if something would have kept you from asking him, why don't we hug? You know?
And that's where the shoulda, coulda, wouldas come in.
Yep.
I said, if that's something that I want to ask myself years down the line, I might as well just go ahead and just get it out the way now.
Yep. Yep. I'm proud of you, though.
Thank you.
I'm proud of you. Okay, let's talk about boundaries, right? So we talk about boundaries a lot. I'm a big advocate for, well, now, not before, but now, like, for people, not just men or women, but for people to set boundaries with everyone in their life, right? So as men, right, is setting boundaries something that you think of?
It's something that I'm learning. I started learning in my 30s because one thing about me is that I was never accepted. And I've always wanted to be accepted, belong somewhere. I was never comfortable with just being by myself. To the point where I would give up so much, but then I will also lose a lot too. And then when I would lose a lot and I'm sitting up there ashy and hungry and looking around, where are the people that I literally gave so much to? And then the feedback that I would get, the things that were said, it would be very shocking. And then I'm just left with nothing. Now I have a broken heart. And then now I start turning real cold. And the next thing you know, that start changing my personality from who I originally was. So I learned that boundaries is not a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
You're literally telling someone the manual on how you want to be treated.
Mm-hmm.
And if they, then it's all good. I still got love for you.
Right.
I still got love for you. But I have to keep you right here because you can't get this if you're not respecting this. Because you want me to respect your boundaries.
Right.
You don't want to respect mine. It can't go that way.
Right. Mm-hmm. And I want people to know that boundaries is part of self-love. Period.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are on a journey of self-love or learning to love yourself, one of the things that you should implement is setting boundaries. The boundary is for you to let people know this is how you want to be, treated. And this is part of them being in your life. If they cannot accept your boundary, then they do not need to be part of your life or part of your journey. So and that's something, as people we should respect other people's boundaries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how you find who's for you, who's gonna fill your cup up. Mm-hmm. Just basically just have your back. And it may just be two people. Right. But those two people are stronger than having a whole bunch of people who don't respect you.
Right. Right.
So because I'm learning how to have boundaries now, and when I started sitting here basically implementing those boundaries and putting them into place and stuff, I lost a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. That's how it is. Yep.
It hurt, but then I gained so much because I looked at myself in the mirror and I said, well, look at us. Do you like what you see? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you like what we see? It cleared out everything, and I started looking at myself differently. Mm-hmm. And I seen I had so much to offer. And if they didn't sit up here and see that, I said, look, fuck them. Mm-hmm. just like that.
Yeah, that's good. That's amazing. Like the thing, every season it has like we have a theme, right, for the season. So last season it was season of freedom, right? The season before that was like season of healing. And then this season is we're calling it season of peace, right? So you have like life is a journey, and then it takes you to different parts of your, on the journey. So you go through different things to get to where you want to be, right? So my thing is like to try to tell people every season has an ending. You go through it, you learn from it, you move from it. It's a journey. So when you get to, okay, so let's say, I think around the holiday, you and I talked about healing, right? That's something I was like, Joey, I feel like you need to heal from some of these things. But just listening to you now, I could kind of see that it hasn't been that long, but that you kind of like working from what you say before until now. I'm like, oh wow, like I love that you're choosing yourself. I feel like you're choosing yourself, right, on a path to finding peace and healing, because we're not healed yet, right? We're still working on that, right? No. So and I love that you say choosing yourself, and that's something that you have to learn to do more of, is choosing you. How is that like, how is that going with your healing process, with learning to choose yourself?
Choosing me helped me realize a lot of things. I learned that I am really fucking talented. Like I can really do a lot of things. It's the reason why I'm always jumping from one thing to another thing. Then I got my hand in this pot, hand in this pot. Then it also got me to the point of working on my spirituality a little bit more. Right. Because I'm a firm believer that God is in all of us. And if you're not tapped into that, you're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel alone. You're gonna feel angry. All these negative feelings. And one thing that I had learned from the last time we were talking about healing, was the scripture Colossians 3:13 about forgiveness. Finally, sitting up here forgiving things and letting them go has helped me to move forward, because them anchors that was on my legs was just holding me back from growing. And then when I finally let them go and just left them to what they were as lessons, and I learned from them, and I forgave the person. Well, it just helped me just to look at life in a whole different perspective. And even though I say, yes, life is stressful, life is hard, but one thing about it that I know is that I'm ready for it.
Right. And we're human, right? We're human. We're allowed to make mistakes. Certain things pop up, but knowing that you've forgiven them and you're working on yourself and your journey, it helps a lot. It's like you're looking in the mirror, you like, who is this person? But I love this person, like I love, like when I tell you before there's things that happened to me and I was so ashamed of or even like to talk about. But now I don't care about those things because it taught me to be the person that I am today. And I love myself. And I can honestly say, like, I've done my healing. I'm in a good place in my life. I'm in a good space with, my family and the people around me. And if you're not bringing any positive vibe into my life, I'm not gonna stay in your space. I'm automatically removing myself from any negativity around me. And if I'm in a place where I don't feel comfortable, I leave. I take myself out. And that's part of my self-love journey to finding my peace. And that's why we're calling this season peace, right? Peaceful season of peace, because we're not allowing any negativity or anything that's going to bring us stress into our space because we're at peace. So we want to, stay at peace.
Yeah, look, I'm all for the peace.
Yes. Yeah, and that's something that, I want people to like start doing and just think about themselves when in certain situation with other people. And the forgiving part, because once you forgive, then life is like a whole new meaning.
Yeah. You can look at that person in a different light and you can know where to place them. That person that you kept so close was probably not supposed to be that damn close. No. They were supposed to be a good time person. You're only supposed to have a good time with them and then leave them right there.
Yep. And they're all in your life for a reason, and they teach us a lesson. So when we get through that, once we get through that message in that season, and then we move on with the lesson we learned, right? And then we move on with our life.
Yeah, and then you gotta sit and deal with the next lesson that comes up.
That's where you gotta implement what you learn into the next one. Because when you know better, you do what? You do better, right? So, and that's all it is. That's why it's a journey. That's why life is a journey. Like I be trying to tell people when they're saying certain things like, oh, I'm stressed. I said, girl, this is your journey. Like you're gonna get through it. It's gonna pass, and then the next one is gonna come. Just learn from it. Just take everything in. Like take everything in that's happening, one at a time, and then when you get to the end of this journey, you'll know why it happened. Because everything happened for a reason, but we never know what the reason is until that journey and that season ends. And then you move on to the next.
Oh, yes, it's all about learning. If you don't pick up on those lessons, it's going to keep on happening over and over and over again.
Right.
Until you.
Right. Yep, definitely. Jody, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so glad that you were able to make it today. I can't wait to hear what you have to share with us next week. I learned so much. Be sure to tune in next week so you can hear more of Jody's stories. Thank you so much for listening. We hope you join us next time as we embark on this journey of self-discovery, healing, and building connection. Together we'll explore the depth of love, the complexity of life, and the limitless possibility that await us on the other side of adversity. If you have any questions, comments, or concern, please email us at lovelifeafter18@gmail.com or hit us up on our Instagram at love.lifeafter. We would love to hear from you and hope you let your story become our inspiration. Peace. See you next time.